The Teenage Mind, an exploration of our future. Since the beginning of time, teenagers have done stuff. This is an example of what those things may be and how it reflects their personalities. We were all teenagers once. It's a stage in one's life between child and adult where we discover ourselves and try everything. But what are teenagers interested in? Music? Sports? Video games? Other things? But what are they really interested in? Let's find out. Hello, Samuel Harvey here again, and here I am with
Dennis Maximus
and
Arthur Kazakar,
and we're going to talk about politics. So, tell me, what is your opinion on gun control?
Well, I think that gun control is a very oppressive thing for people to have. I think that we should just have the right to gun. We should have the right to defend ourselves. That's how it should be. That's how we should think about it. We shouldn't think about guns as these murder machines. We should think about them as defense. That's what I think.
Okay, and you?
I think that we should take away guns from the people because, well, guns, they kill people. They're responsible for all the murders. If you take away the guns, people can't kill each other as easily. And crime will go down.
People will find other ways to kill people. It's not just guns, it's everything. You can kill someone with a chair. That's the problem. That's the thing. You can kill someone with anything. It's not just a gun.
Yes, but what is easier? To pick up a chair and bash someone with it until they die, or to point a gun at them and pull a trigger?
Well, murderers don't tend to be simple. They tend to be complicated creatures, so they think more intricately than that. They don't just think, oh, I'm just going to get a gun and kill someone. It's more, they plan it out more.
But at the same time, it could be just individuals who are playing around. They might point a gun at each other and play and shoot each other.
But we can't
accident.
protect people from being stupid.
Yes.
Those are people just being stupid, and we can't protect people from being stupid.
But what are you more likely to injure yourself with? A gun or a chair?
I have more interactions with a chair than a gun, so I am more likely to injure myself with a chair.
But if you carried around a gun a lot, you could be more likely to injure yourself that way. And considering if a gun misfires, it could kill you. Whereas a chair is not likely to kill you unless you have...
A chair could break sporadically. It could just break. It's the same thing as a gun just going off randomly. A chair could just, boom.
Not entirely. Break. That would be the chair being poorly made. But even a well-made gun, if used properly, is going to be dangerous.
But I just think that that's making a very general assumption about people, that they're just all going to murder people, and they're not going to use it to defend themselves from people who are trying to hurt them.
Yes, but if you had people trying to defend themselves with guns, and you have the people who are attacking them with guns, and if the people who attacked them with guns had guns, then they would have guns too. Both people would have guns. If you took away all the guns, then it really wouldn't change the playing table at all. It would just make it harder to kill the people during this conflict.
Okay, so our next issue is public health care. What do you think?
Well, I think we shouldn't have public health care. The government really shouldn't be in control of that. Private companies should have control over health care, and they can do an adequate job that way.
But I think that we can't have multiple levels of health care. Like, you pay this much for health care, you get this much of service. It needs to be level for everybody. And if a gun sporadically goes off and someone kills himself with it, then they can't be, if they survive, they're going to be paying out of the pocket for being in the hospital for something that they have no control over.
But you have control over everything. If a gun goes off, it's most likely because you're mishandling in some way, or you're intending to use it. And if people have different amounts of money, why can't they get health care based on what they can afford?
Well, I just think that you can't have different playing fields of healthcare. It's all health, like it's all our lives, and lives are a sacred thing, and a poor person's life is just as important as a rich person's life.
Really?
I think
if someone has more money, I feel that they are more important. They have more means to actualize their
It's the same thing.
ability to survival.
Human beings.
Yes, but we're human beings, but this is nature. Nature is not a friendly thing. If I have more money and more means to keep myself alive than you, then I am the superior organism. You deserve to die in that situation.
And so that's why the government needs to fill in the holes that nature doesn't have. The government needs to do things that, nature's not friendly, but the government can be.
But we shouldn't be arguing with nature. We should just be going along with the natural laws. If we did that and we accepted what is, then we could progress a lot better.
But I think I just think that the government has a role to play in society, and the role they need to play in society is protecting people. Part of that is healthcare, and I think the only way to protect people in terms of health is to have public healthcare.
But I feel that as far as healthcare goes, people should be protecting themselves. We shouldn't have to have some babysitting government here to keep you safe. If you can't keep yourself safe, then you don't deserve to be safe.
But we all know that people won't keep themselves safe. That's just not how it works. People like accidents happen, things happen that they have no control over. Some things you can, and some things that needs to be filled with education. But public health care is there to protect people when things like that happen, or accidents happen, or like let's say an earthquake happens, like just a random earthquake, someone gets injured by that. It's not their fault. It's not them being stupid. They need to be protected.
So next issue. So current drinking age, is it good where it is, or should it be raised or lowered?
I think we need to take a page from what Europe's doing. The kids drink by culture. They're very young and they're very responsible about drinking. And I think now the drinking age is very close to the driving age. I think that needs to be further away. I think the drinking age should be a bit younger, so kids learn to drink responsibly, then learn to drive responsibly.
I think that if kids are to be expected to learn them both at the same time, then they should be able to handle that. We should keep it as it is. If they can't be responsible with it, well then, that's defects in their personality, which could manifest in anyone at any point. If someone's 25 and they decide to start drinking, it's going to affect their driving in the same way as it's going to affect someone when they're 19 or 20 or any other age.
I also think, though, that kids are going to drink young anyways. It happens in our culture. It happens in Western culture. The kids drink insanely young, and I mean, I don't think a kid should be criminalized for his whole life just for drinking when he was 16. I think that's wrong. I think it's really dumb.
But at the same time, it is against the law, and people who break the law are, in a way, attacking their country and what holds it together. And while people may do it, they shouldn't, and they should be punished for their choices.
But I think the point is that's a very minor crime, and I don't think it has that much of an impact on society. It has some, but I don't think it typically, a young kid drinking wouldn't really have a major effect on the rest of society.
Yes, but it may not affect society much. A lot of laws don't affect society much, yet we still enforce those. So why is something that is done a lot considered in a different category than those other laws?
Well, I just think that, it's more common, so it's just, I don't think we can stop it. I just don't think we can stop kids from drinking, so what's the point in trying to enforce it?
But we can't stop people from doing a lot of things they do, yet they do them anyway, and we then punish them for those actions.
But a lot of those are major actions, like murder, like treason, stuff like that are actually quite major in society than just drinking.
True, but even the minor ones we still punish them for. If you choose to do something, then you should receive the punishment that was promised. Otherwise, what do you expect? If they commit a crime knowingly and we don't punish them, then we're giving them the message that the government really doesn't have any authority.
Speaking of crime and punishment, what do you think on capital punishment?
I think that it's a tool for deterrence. I think that if murderers out there know they might die because if they do something wrong, or people out there know that, then it might deter them from actually committing that crime.
In a way, I agree. But my primary argument for why capital punishment is good is that it costs the government a lot of money, and that means a lot of taxes to support the criminals in the prison systems these days. And if you have someone away for life for any really long period, it's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars from the people for someone who's committed crimes against us. And if it's going to cost all that money out of our pockets, then we should just kill them and get it over with.
But I think that's the wrong motivation. I think the motivation has to be law and order as opposed to money. I think the government needs to stop thinking about money as much. That's an important thing, but I think the motivation needs to be law and order. But it's a valid point. But I think that needs to be the main motivation, is to try to stop people from committing crimes, serious crimes.
But at the same time, every organism has to be greedy. It's how we stay alive. And while our society means that there can be a lot less greed and it focuses more on the whole. At the same time, if we completely ignore issues of money or consider them minor, then we're going to end up wasting that, and it's going to harm us as a society.
We basically agree. So
there you have it. Two completely different political opinions, differing in some ways and more or less the same in others. So it's quite obvious that this young man, Daniel Maximus, takes quite an active role in his community and political landscape of his country. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in a political role in some later time, and he's a great example of politically active teens. Hi, I'm Samuel Harvey. What's your name?
Hey, man.
Yeah, that's nice, but what's your name?
Yo, what's up?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you like to do?
Tool is a great band.
Yes, I realize Tool is a great band, but what do you like to do?
I like bacon and eggs.
No, what do you like to do? Not do you like bacon and eggs?
Hey, look, it's Bob. Hey, Bob.
Okay, fine. How well do you do in school, usually?
How you doing, Bob? What's up?
No, how well do you do in school? How well do...
Oh, Bob.
How about...
That's horrible. Horrible. Bob?
What are some of your interests?
Are you
What do you like to do? What are you interested in?
Okay. It's okay, Bob.
Okay. No, what are you interested in?
Yeah, Bob, it's
Fine.
okay.
I'm Samuel Harvey, and this has been an attempted interview. Now those were some interesting characters. They were complete different contrast to a politically active Daniel Maximus, who showed great potential. So here I am with Keith Valerie. So Keith, I've heard you like a lot of different bands. What do you like to do while you're listening to music? And what kind of music do you listen to?
Well, when I'm listening to music, I like listen to music, and I like Disturbed and Tech Nine.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good band.
And there's other stuff too, I don't know.
And yeah,
I like good music.
okay.
I like Nine Inch Nails and yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good band too.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, sounds pretty cool. Because of the previous interview, now's the perfect time for this one! I'd just like to apologize for my previous act of random dancing. It was completely unwarranted and probably failed in comparison to our previous guest. What's up, dog? So now we'll take a chance and review all those we've interviewed today.
Hey, but what do I know? I'm just a teen too. Hyah!